Oh, great. We're recording too. Let me hang on one sec.
Hi.
I'm trying to get this donkey on camera. Let me see if tell me if you can see her.
I can touch one bad thing about me.
She's walking.
Here's Sue.
Hi.
Yeah.
You want me to take the camera and go towards the donkey? That's pretty cool.
Is the
I'm gonna
donkey
cast-
jealous that the horses get painted?
He's in the shade.
Good question. Let's see what this one thinks. Oops. I'm sorry, guys. My brain isn't working and the screen is so dim. Can you see Gertie behind me?
Yes.
I'm sorry. That's Maud.
Come
That's
on,
not
Maud.
Gertie. Gertie is gray and Maud is a lovely dark color with red highlights.
Sweet.
All right, Richard. Something's perfect. You want to come? That with me?
All right. Well, I'm going to find a place to set this up. And then I believe we're going to have some, I don't know. I'm going to let Paula take it away and she'll tell us what we're going to be doing as far as painting. So I'll check in a little bit. You guys can do with as you wish with your time. We'll see you soon.
Careful in the sun.
Yeah, we've got our hats and we have sunscreen as well. It's very strong Montana sun today. Can you guys see? I think this might be, I'm having trouble. The screen like dims because it's so hot. I can't see.
Wow.
You did still?
Oh, I can see.
Put in a
Yeah.
row around
This
the
is
screen,
over
it'd
his
be
thing.
easier to see.
Wait till she stops talking. Those are the people on there. Oh yeah, I can see faces right there.
Yeah, that's the best bet right there.
Mm.
So we're going to be a little while. If there's anyone here who would like to kind of take the reins and start us off with some horse stories or anything that you don't understand about how horse painting is going to work, if you want to tell us about the ponies that you painted at our pony painting party, take it away. And I'll say so long for now.
Okay, so who else been around horses? Because I've been around once. I rode once and my knee went out and I didn't get back up.
I didn't get to color my horse. I forgot to come to that coloring party that you guys had. So I've been sitting here coloring my horsey today. One of the things the VA does here locally is they have horse therapy where they take patients out, mental health patients out to a horse farm. And we get to go and pet down the horses, and we don't get to feed them or anything like that, but we just get to be around the barn and be around all the animals. It's really interesting, the process. I've been around animals my whole life, so it was really easy for me to go up to the horse and pet them, and just tactile. It was very tactile. And there was this horse called Blue, and so I started my horse with undercoats of blue, and it turned out really neat. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'll see if I can. Hold on one second. Sorry if you can see that or not.
Yeah, put it closer if you can. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
So I decided while they're painting horses that I have an adult coloring book that I would color this horse. And I started it. I was at a client's house for the first part today, and I just got home. So I did all that coloring at their house. But yeah, this will be exciting. I'm so excited to see these horses. And by the way, I rode horses competitively when I was young. Took riding lessons, and it wasn't like I went anywhere really. We just competed against each other in the class, the group where I went horseback riding. And the last time that I rode there, I was trotting, and all of a sudden the horse just stopped and put their head down. And I don't know if you know what that's like when you're on a horse, but basically you go flying off over the front of the horse. And we wore helmets. They required us to wear helmets. I didn't break anything. I was probably only 10 or 11, maybe 12. I don't even remember. But my mom had a horse that she rode as a young girl, and until she went away to college, she rode that horse. And so she wanted me to be able to ride horses. And so she paid for me to have horse riding lessons. And I begged her to get me a horse, and my parents decided not to. So, oh well. So that was part of my horseback riding experience. But I really love horses. They're such cool animals.
My mom used to ride a lot. She jumped horses before I was born, and somehow she managed to get us a horse for a little while, even though we were broke. And boarding a horse and feeding them is very expensive. But it was a long bicycle ride out to ride the horse, but it was really fun. And when you were talking about, I haven't been thrown over, I've been thrown off a number of times. And then one time the horse stepped on me and she wouldn't get off. I had to push her back, so I know what that's like too. But I do love horses. I have a cute picture I had the other day. I have a picture of me. I'm feeding a horse. It was only from 20 years ago. So, and there's two horses, and the other horse is trying to take the carrots out of my back pocket. So I'll see if I can find that one because it's so cute.
The last time I was on a horse, I think it was for my 30th birthday in Sedona, and went on a trail ride. And there was this poor woman ahead of me whose horse kept running her into low-hanging branches. This horse really didn't want to be ridden or walking on the trail, and my heart just bled for her. The horse I was on really liked to buck. And it's that kind of miracle that I didn't suffer consequences. But I love them. There is some fear for me around horses, and it's probably because I'm not educated or experienced enough to control them, right? But a friend of mine, her neighbor trained horses and did therapy with his horses. And I mean, I was privileged to really meet and befriend a legitimate horse whisperer. I mean, this guy was just amazing with horses. It was so cool.
I was watching a show a few days ago where they were riding horses in this show, and the person climbed up on the horse from the right side instead of the left, and I'd never seen that before, so I looked it up because I thought you're always supposed to get on from their left, and it turns out that I guess it's actually better to balance it out a little bit, especially if you're climbing into a stirrup where you would be pulling down on the saddle. It's better, I guess, for their spine if you don't always get on the same side. I'm surprised to see that.
Well, Ethan, my biggest fear was always that the horse would take off galloping with me and that I wouldn't be able to control it, and I'd end up like Christopher Reeves or something, like getting thrown from the horse at full gallop. So, and I think I got afraid of horses after my brother's horse bit me. And, and that horse was a biter, he said. There wasn't anything, it was a rescued horse. There wasn't anything he could do about it. So just stay away. But yeah, they're so big.
One of the most important things I learned about being around horses, if you go behind them, you put your hand on their butt before you go behind them, and then you put yourself as close as you can to the horse's body. It should feel you going across so that it doesn't kick you.
Not want to be kicked by a horse.
It's funny, I'm almost tempted to light one of my pine candles, because that's what I'm really missing, is that smell of Montana and the pines, and hearing, you know, the meadow bird song, and the farm animal noises. So meh, there's a goat for you. Meh. We could all make farm sounds.
I used to watch this. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just did it. That was the rooster.
I used to watch this little boy. He was like 9 months old, and their parents had goats. And I would take him on his stroller and walk up and down our country road. And we'd get up to his house, and he'd start going, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what is this child doing? And it dawned on me one time when we were coming up that he was doing the goats. He was trying to sound like the goats.
That's a great story. Thank you.
One of my self-care hobbies is I follow small homestead farm channels. It really brings me such joy. I have an adopted brother and sister and niece, and I actually have an adopted father. And I just love that's my nature hit, is with the animals. My earlier childhood memories, I don't know, maybe 12, no, younger than that. And my mother, I'm an only child, so my mother took me, like, she'd make these play dates. And I went over to this, and I remember her name was Gail. And I went over to Gail's house, and Gail pulled out a Palomino horse. Do you remember those old toys? And this chick was like over the moon on horses, and I didn't get it. It was like, okay, we're gonna play horses now, okay? But it's so funny that I can still see that Palomino horse. It's funny how the brain works.
All right, I looked up horse jokes on the internet. Here's one. A guy is walking through the country when he spots a sign that reads, "Talking horse for sale." Intrigued, he walks up to the stable to check it out. "So what have you done with your life?" he asks the horse. "I've led a full life," the horse answers miraculously. "I was born in the Andes, where I herded for an entire village. Years later, I joined the mounted police force in New York and helped keep the city clean. And now I spend my days giving free rides to underprivileged kids here in the country." The guy is flabbergasted. He asks the horse's owner, "Why on earth would you want to get rid of such an incredible animal?" The owner says, "Because he's a liar. He never did any of that."
Wow, nobody's even there now in the horse painting area.
So does anybody
wonder
know
if
why
you
they're
know-
painting the horses? Is it just for fun? Or is there
Yeah.
something?
The horses
I-
like yeah.
The horses like it, I've been told, and they do it for lots of groups.
And they're not going to paint themselves, Tom.
That's the correct answer. Good job. Good job.
Terry mentioned too that they love the bath afterward, that they love the cleaning, that they attention.
They're having trouble with phones overheating.
Anybody know the temperature out there? Did she say?
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. My 2 out of 3 of my horse experiences, I wanted to giddy down.
It's down in a
everybody.
movie theater. Oh, are you live now, Ralph?
I'm testing. How do I sound to you guys?
Sounds
Is
good.
it windy?
A little bit, but not too bad.
Okay.
Love the hat.
Thanks. I had it shipped here.
Should we see if this horse joke fits in while they're working out the tech? A horse sits down in a movie theater and the woman next to him asks, "Excuse me, are you a horse?" "Why, yes, I am," replies the horse. "What are you doing at this movie?" And the horse says, "I really liked the book." Oh my God, this is the best one so far. Question, you're riding a horse at full speed and there's a giraffe right beside you and a lion nipping at your heels. What do? Answer, get off the carousel and sober up.
I love that one. Thank you.